from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Monday, September 19th, 2016. I'm Paula Degnan in for Ann Gownley. Butler Township police are still looking for the man who is believed to have sexually assaulted a woman. It happened early Friday morning. The incident took place between 3 and 4 a.m. Friday at a residence on Terrence Road. The female victim told police an unknown male allegedly forced his way inside her residence where the sexual assault took place. Police are looking for a white male about 5 feet 11 to 6 feet tall, with short salt and pepper hair, a thin mustache or goatee. The male was reported to be wearing a dark shirt and jeans. Anyone with information is being asked to contact Butler Township Police at 570-788-4111. A Minersville man is facing charges. State police at Frackville say 36-year-old George Henry Brand pulled a gun on 58-year-old Glenn Franz of Orwicksburg. Police say it happened as Franz was telling Brand to get off his property back in January. There are more contract talks between the state system of higher education and the union representing its faculty. Negotiations restarted Friday and continued over the weekend, 6.5 hours on Sunday, but still no agreement has been reached. The union has not yet set a strike date. Talks will continue through Wednesday at least. SSHE is the 14 state-owned and operated colleges and universities that include Bloomsburg, Kutztown, East Stroudsburg, and 11 others. The faculty has been without a contract for 15 months. The primary holdups, salary, and changes to health care. The system has about 105,000 students. Have you heard of Act 101? It's the new Ride on Red law that went into effect across the Commonwealth on Sunday. Now that's ride. That's not right, but ride on red. It allows drivers to go through a certain red light under certain conditions. It began for motorcycles because they're not usually heavy enough to trip the sensor under the pavement to change a traffic signal, and it was expanded to include all vehicles. If you're sitting at what seems to be an endless red light, you're now allowed to proceed after waiting, even if it's still red. There is, however, no stipulation in the law as to how long you must wait for the light to change. Officials say safety first. If that is the case, treat the intersection like a four-way stop sign and proceed with caution. 19 judges will be forced to retire this year. Another 28 will be forced to retire next year. That's if the mandatory retirement age of 70 for judges continues to stand. It's on the ballot as a question this November. Under it, the mandatory retirement age would be extended to 75. The public question was to be on the ballot in April, but a last-minute argument about the wording and an 11th hour move by the legislature pulled it off. The state Supreme Court, through a tie vote, gave approval to its placement on the November ballot. The mandatory retirement age covers all judges, from district judges to Supreme Court justices. The State House back in session today. The Senate will reconvene next week. The fall legislative session isn't expected to be busy. There were several weighty issues needing to be addressed, however. Primary among them, the Commonwealth's growing pension bill, which now stands at about $66 billion. However, the legislature isn't expected to deal with the issue. Governor Tom Wolf has also said he wants a special session to deal with the growing opioid crisis across the state. Hazleton City Hall has been cleaning up pretty well over the last few months. WYLN's Aaron Harvey has more on the new addition to the basement.
The basement in the Hazleton City Hall has not had any renovations in 30 years until about 2 weeks ago. A group of individuals came in and painted the walls, windowsills, redid the floors, and ceiling tiles. The basement contains cells, detective and police offices, and machinery. Mayor Jeff Cassad explains how the idea came about.
A group of individuals had heard about us wanting to fix up City Hall, and they expressed interest in helping in any way they can. So I gave them the task of redoing the basement for me. So this group of individuals came in, they painted the walls, painted the window frames, the stairwell, and they replaced the floor.
The group that worked on the project was actually Hazleton's homeless population. Code Enforcement Inspector John Guilford says they did a tremendous job.
So we took the homeless, brought them over here, we painted it, put up the ceiling, and a new floor for City Hall, which turned out to be a tremendous job. And we want to continue using our homeless that we receive, because it's a heck of a job, and we lost one young man last week on the railroad tracks here in Hazleton.
This is one of the many things Hazleton's homeless population does for the city.
We were trying to use the homeless to cut the grass for our senior citizens so that they would not receive fines, etc. during the summer, and be prepared for the winter so we could clean their walkways so that the people with their medicine, etc. could get in and out of their homes and not receive fines because they had no one to remove the snow.
All the supplies for the renovation of the basement were provided by the Kingdom Redevelopment Corporation.
This was all done at no cost to the city. There was no tax-paying money gone into the project. It was taken care of. So it was just another step in trying to bring City Hall back to life.
In Hazleton, for WILN News, I'm Erin Harvey.
Fun Fest has come and gone, but the parade still available on WILN for your viewing pleasure. The 2016 Fun Fest parade on Sunday, September 11th was taped in its entirety and hosted by WILN's very own Gary Perna and Abby Piskel. The parade featured local businesses, nonprofit organizations, bands from throughout the area, high school marching bands as well, and of course you can catch rebroadcasts of the parade during the dates and times that will be on your screen throughout our broadcast. The next airing of this Fun Fest parade will be Saturday, September 17th from 8 until 9 o'clock. Time now for a first look at our forecast. A rainy, cloudy start to our work week. Will we see the sun tomorrow? Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacek is in the Weather Center with the details. Joe?
Yeah, we're going to start to see the sun after some morning fog tomorrow, but we did get some rain around today, and it was some much-needed rain. It's been very dry across our area. But what about as we progress through this week? Will we see the sunshine and dry conditions? I'll let you know with the complete 7-day forecast coming up in a few. Paula?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, antiques were on display at Berger's Farm this weekend to help preserve the past, plus a special walk held to help raise funds for families affected by autism. More news, weather, and sports all coming your way on WILN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WILN News with Ann Gownley, video journalists Mike Lula and Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Gary Perna, Abby Piskel, and Erin Harvey. Sports with Eric DeBerardinis and John Eric Poli, and weather with Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacek.
Weatherwood is a privately owned 200-bed nursing and rehabilitation center in the quiet town of Weatherly, Pennsylvania. The rehab center offers the highest level of personalized care for your therapy experience. Whispering Meadows is a 50-bed secure dementia unit in our facility. Weatherwood also offers Medicare-certified home health care services within the community, including therapies, skilled nursing, and certified nursing assistants. Whether you need short-term, long-term, or respite stay, call or stop by for a tour. 570-427-8683.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi Electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Please join Dr. Srinivasan, Dr. Karp, and Dr. Arrigo at the Cancer Treatment Center at Hazleton, September 29th at 5:30 for the Community Cancer Series event. Whether you are worried about developing prostate cancer, making decisions about treatment, or care after treatment, our community health experts can discuss with you all you need to know and will educate you on standards for screening, diagnosis, and the treatment of prostate cancer. This is a free event. Please register by calling the Cancer Treatment Center at Hazleton at 570-459-3460.
Some say new is better. Others say it's important to preserve the past. This past weekend at Berger's Farm, it was the 23rd annual Show for the Preservers of the Past. The event happens every September where members of the community show off all their antiques.
We have a lot of different types of antique equipment. We have a lot of tractors, and we also have antique tools, antique toys. There's antique motorcycles, antique engines, the hit and miss engines. It's really whatever anyone wants to bring, pretty much. As long as it's old, it's welcome here.
The family-friendly event had flea markets, vendors, food, activities for kids, and of course, antique tractors and motorcycles. Preservers of the past want to help people understand what life was like before technology became advanced as it is today.
Help preserve our rural heritage. That way, people can come out and see how everything used to be. They can still come out and see the old tractors, the old motorcycles, and see how things used to be done. We like preserving the past. So.
Helping those now and in the future is why one support group held a weekend fundraising event in our area. This past Saturday, members of Supporting Autism and Families Everywhere, also known as SAFE, held their 6th annual walk to help raise funds for all those who are on the spectrum. All of the money raised during Saturday's event stays local to help families right here in our area.
Autism. We are trying to make a greater presence in the Hazleton area to help families with those affected by autism. All our monies raised here today stay locally. We have moon bounce and face painting and people that have donated turkey trays and their time. So just to help those affected by autism.
SAFE hosts a variety of programs for children and families who are affected by autism, one being the back-to-school swim and pizza party.
With Hazleton Area School District to do a back-to-school swim and pizza party for the kids in the Hazleton Area School District that are on the spectrum. We have swim programs every Saturday at both locations, the Hazleton Y and in John Hines on Saturdays.
The mission of SAFE is to provide families with the support they need. One parent who has a child on the spectrum says they wouldn't be where they are today without SAFE.
The families. It's all about the kids and the families to helping them survive and to do the best that they can. I have a son that's 25 years old. We were there right at the beginning, went through some tough times, but we're doing pretty well now, and that's because of a lot of hard work and definitely the support of SAFE.
If you'd like more information, you can visit SAFE's Facebook page or their website, autism-safe.org. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacek back with a full look at our forecast. Plus, it's Medical Monday on WILN. This week, Tingo will be talking about headaches. All that and much more coming up tonight here on WILN News. Stay tuned.
It's a kickoff classic sale at Berger Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Route 93 Hazle Township.
It's 2016 Ram 4x4, save 14 grand. 2016 Jeep Cherokee is 4x4, V6, heated seats, rear camera under 25 grand. Or at least this 2016 Jeep Renegade, only $189 a month.
It's the Jeep Celebration event at Ram Power Days at Berger Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Route 93 Hazle Township.
Berger Family Dealerships, drive with experience.
One of the largest fairs on the East Coast, the 161st Bloomsburg Fair, September 24th to October 1st. Stop by for livestock exhibits and a close and personal elephant encounter. Take a ride on the carousel. The grandstand boasts a lineup of entertainment you don't want to miss. Always a wide variety of attractions and food vendors. Visit them on the web at bloomsburgfair.com or call 570-784-4949.
Connects Janitorial Service, carpet cleaning, tile, linoleum, hardwood floor refinishing. Also, office and home cleaning for dependable service. Call Connects Janitorial Service, 570-788-2748.
Stop by Thomas Farm, 556 St. John's Road in Drums for flowers and vegetable plants, hanging baskets, and in-season fresh vegetables. Open 7 days a week, 9 to 6, accepting credit cards and FMP vouchers, and a pumpkin hayride and corn maze is coming soon.
Well, it is a pretty decent day temperature-wise across our area today as compared to what we're going to be experiencing next week as some cooler air comes into play across northeastern PA. But we did have the rain. We had the overcast skies today, a couple of thunderstorms, some locally heavy downpours, and we did need the rain because it's been very dry across our area. Good news is pretty much the rain exiting our area, and that's going to set the stage for some areas of fog developing through the overnight hours into the first part of tomorrow morning. But after that fog gives way, it's going to give way to sunshine mixed with some clouds, and overall tomorrow shaping up to be a pretty nice looking day across our area. On to the numbers for the day, and well, we're in the upper 60s. Now that's those dew point numbers. You walk outside, you do actually feel some of the humidity in the air. Not overall oppressive because the temperature values aren't extremely high, but you do feel a little bit of that mugginess when you walk outside. But take a look at the rainfall since the midnight hour. Yeah, we picked up quite a bit of rain. We picked up just about 1 1/4 inches of rain since midnight. 74 and 64 at a split in temperature, so it wasn't too bad for our early morning low temperature. Overall, a pretty nice looking day, and again, it's going to set the stage for a nice looking day as we go into tomorrow. Again, with the exception of the rain, wasn't too bad temperature wise across our area. Throughout the state of Pennsylvania, generally we got some 70s out there. We also got some upper 60s, and now that the rain is moving on through and away from our area, it's bringing in some of the sunshine mixed with some clouds. And again, there's going to be some areas of fog forming as we head through tonight and early tomorrow morning. And again, those winds now really not much of a factor across our area. It's fairly quiet. Extended forecast looking like this. Tomorrow looking nice after some morning fog, about 82 degrees, 77. Lots of sunshine for Wednesday, Thursday in the upper 70s. Still a lot of sunshine for Friday, still in the upper 70s, still in the 70s for Saturday. But then as we start going into Sunday and Monday of next week, that's when things are going to get a little bit cooler, only in the 60s, and some of those overnight lows dropping down into the 40s. Stick around, we'll have a lot more for you coming up after this break.
Minutes away. That's right, you're just minutes away from a great deal on a new car, truck, or SUV from Barber Ford. 2 great locations, Exeter and Hazleton. The best deals on America's #1 brand are just 25 minutes from Frackville, 26 minutes from Jim Thorpe, 28 minutes from Tamaqua, 20 minutes from Shavertown, and 28 minutes from Clark Summit. Barber Ford in Exeter and Hazleton. Online at barberautogroup.com, where nobody but nobody sells for less.
It's high school football time. Watch WILN for all the local high school football action as we bring you the event, not just the highlights, like only WILN can. Watch the game of the week right here on WILN. We're your local network. For the best in local sports, watch WILN TV 35. The event, not just the highlights.
It's Medical Monday here on WILN with Ting O from Physical Therapy and Balance Center in Hazleton. Today, Ting O will talk about something we all deal with, sometimes especially on Mondays, headaches. Ting O, take it away.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about headaches. In 2006, a global study was done which showed 46% of the people in the world suffer from a headache condition, and it's actually one of the 5 top medical problems affecting women these days. So what exactly causes headaches? There's a lot of reasons, but they found that 42% of headaches are caused by tension headaches. Tension headaches, again, there's a lot of causes, but one of the most common causes is from tightness in muscles, joints, and also on the fascia in the neck and in the head. That's not to be confused with migraines, which comes with like nausea, vomiting, and also auras. So one of the great ways to relieve tension headaches is actually to know where they come from, and once you know where they come from, you can treat them. So we have going to use Kathy as our model today, so if I could get Kathy to turn around, I'll show you. The muscles that create pains in the head, there's quite a few of them. Some of them are in the base of the head right here, and they come into the shoulder, and they also go onto the front of your neck. One of the most common ones, as you can see in the graphic, is what we call the suboccipital muscles right at the base of the skull, and also the upper trapezius muscle, which sits right on the top of the shoulder here. When we deal with patients with headaches, what we will actually do is we'll start to work some of those muscles to try and relieve the muscle tension in those muscles. And once we relieve the tension in those muscles, it can actually be very good at reducing headaches. One of the things we would do is really work on the soft tissue right here to try and relieve that tension. And for the people who are all stressed out, stressed because of work, because of family, or you just may be a stressful person, you'll tend to be like this. And what that does is it really tightens up these muscles. So one of the great ways to release a muscle is to push on it. And if you feel yourself in the shoulders, in your upper shoulder area, and you feel that muscle, you'll actually feel a little ball in there, and that's what we call a trigger point. So working that ball on a consistent basis, especially with people that have headache problems, can be really good at helping reduce the headaches. Okay, so for the people out there who want to try some treatment techniques at home, there are great things that you can utilize, including some cool tools that we like to recommend here at Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. One of them is called a Theracane. And that's what a Theracane looks like. We actually have it available at our facility if people are interested. What it does is, if you see this knob, it allows you to actually get into that trigger point and the tightness in your shoulders, and working that on a daily basis can help really release them and relieve them. You can also use tennis balls, baseballs, whatever it is that you want. So looking for some natural ways of helping with headaches is something people should think about, because a lot of people do tend to depend on medication for headaches, but there is something called a medication-induced headache. So what tends to happen is if you take medication a lot, your body gets used to it, and when it doesn't get it, it'll actually create a headache. So look for some other more natural cures, physical therapy. If you're interested in something like that, go visit your local physical therapist, give us a call.
Call Physical Therapy and Balance Centers for a free 20-minute question and answer session. 501-1808. Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, 1324 North Church Street in Hazle Township, or visit them online at hazletonpt.com.
At All American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you not only get the vehicle that you want, you also get the lowest financing options.
We also deliver unmatched service.
Whether you're in need of a work truck, have an active family lifestyle, or simply want to show off your fun, adventurous side, All American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has a wide variety of inventory to choose from. It's the Ram Power Days and Jeep Celebration event. Stop in today.
John's Family Restaurant in the Churchill Mall. Enjoy a full menu with all homemade food, from breakfast, soups, sandwiches, entrees, and desserts. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials. The food is great, the price is right. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Sunday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
I'm Tiffany Cloud, host of The Storm. The greater Hazleton area is my home, and I'm proud to bring communities together through the power of television.
It's Monday, which means only 4 more days until Week 5, the midpoint of the high school football regular season. Before we get into Week 5, let's take a look back at some of the action from Week 4 between Hazleton and Abington Heights. Cougars enter the matchup looking to get win number 1. Cougars defense with a good start in this game, holding Abington to just 3 points in the first quarter. The second quarter didn't go as well. Here, Brandon Hardy takes a pass from Colin McQuarrie. He'll hustle into the end zone for a touchdown. Later in the game, McQuarrie's now playing wide receiver, and he's going to end up catching a pass, and he'll cut over the middle of the field and race on into the corner of the end zone for another Comets touchdown. Cougars offense would come on strong at the end of the game, but too little too late. Comets get the win, 31-17. Now that we looked back on Week 4, let's look at our game of the week for Week 5, which will be between Hazleton area and Wallenpaupack. As always, the game will be broadcasted live on WYLN at 7 o'clock Friday night. Hazleton area off to a rough start, but this week may be the week Cougars get their first win. Wallenpaupack comes into Harmon-Guy Stadium with a 1-3 record, and if you take away their win against winless Honesdale last week, the Buckhorns are being outscored 93-24 this season. Even though both teams are off to a bad start, both teams show that they can play. The Cougars gave Wyoming Valley West a huge scare this past week, 2 weeks ago, and they showed some bright spots on defense this past week. The Buckhorns got blown out by West Scranton and Wyoming area, but surprised North Pocono as the Trojans escaped with a 24-14 victory. Baseball season is coming to an end, especially in our area, but the Rail Riders have one more game to play. After winning the International League Championship in Gwinnett last week, SWB now travels to Memphis for the AAA National Championship. The Rail Riders will be taking on the AAA club from El Paso, Texas, who are the champions from the Pacific Coast League. Scranton Wilkes-Barre is in Memphis today. They're currently taking batting practice and getting ready for the big showdown. The winner of the game is a winner-take-all situation, and it's set for tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. NFL action taking place tonight on ESPN at 8:30 with the Philadelphia Eagles heading to Chicago to take on the Bears. The Eagles looked good in Week 1, but now they are going on the road to take on an experienced Bears squad led by coaching great John Fox. This will be the first big test for Eagles rookie quarterback Carson Wentz. Last week, Wentz tore up the Browns secondary, and already Eagles fans are excited and calling Philly Carson City, Pennsylvania. On defense, the Eagles are projected to be tough to score on this season, and so far that's been the case. And now I'm sure they'll be getting after Bears quarterback Jay Cutler, who struggles under pressure. That's it for sports. Stay tuned. Up next, Joe Garbacic is back with a final look at the forecast.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Sal's Septic Service for cesspools and septic tank cleaning, and Marola's Garage for car and truck inspection and repairs. If it has wheels, Marola's can fix it. Call Sal's Septic and Marola's Garage at 570-956-4782.
Northeast Gold and Silver inside the Churchill Mall is paying cash for gold and silver. Top dollar for silver coins. National currency. Fine and sterling flatware. Stop in or call them at 570-497-4177.
A nice day for tomorrow. Some of that morning fog out there. And then after that, still not looking too bad. Just going to a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then much cooler early next week.
Cooler? 40? 40? And Thursday is the autumnal equinox.
Yeah, how about that? It's that time of year already.
I don't know what time, though.
It's in later on in the day, and you know what? Tell you what, 75 degrees is not going to be bad, even going in. But next week, 60s is going to feel like officially fall.
Oh man,
I don't like that.
I don't like that either. And you have, we just mentioned that Rail Riders didn't realize they've got one more game.
Yeah. Hopefully they pull it off. That'd be pretty exciting for the area.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll keep you tuned in on everything right here at WYLN. Thanks for watching this evening.